For part 2, what we'll do here is we'll move into a discussion about which house this is falling in for each of you by rising sign. And so if you have Aries rising, this will be an 8th house full moon for you. That's really other people's resources that are at your disposal, including the resources of your partner if you have one. It can include investment earnings, insurance monies, taxes, and inheritance. It also includes debts, right? There are some other themes that fall into the 8th house around death, rebirth, transformation, and metamorphosis, which can really be an interesting area to explore tonight because we are doing the full moon in Scorpio, which is the natural ruler of the 8th house. So if you'd like to work with those themes as well, if you have Aries rising, this is a perfect opportunity to do that. For Taurus rising is a 7th house full moon for you. So that's partnership and marriage. That's business partnerships that you might be involved in, relationships with other people in general. And then if you like to just really kind of drill in and get specific to your chart, if you look more closely at where the descendant lands in your chart, that can speak specifically to what we reject about ourselves or what we tend to project onto other people. And so when you're digging into that piece, especially in a guided releasing, that's really a great opportunity to kind of do maybe a little bit of shadow work if you feel called to do that, okay? For Gemini rising, this is a 6th house full moon. So this is work, health, pets, it's daily routines. It can include employees if you have folks who work for you, whether you're a business owner or folks who just work for you around your home. Domestic workers fall under the 6th house as well. If you have Cancer rising, this is a 5th house full moon. So that's creativity, it's children, affairs of the heart, right? Romance and love we give to the 5th house. It's also things we do for fun, pleasurable activities, sports, risk-taking, gambling, that sort of stuff. For Leo rising, it'll be a 4th house full moon. So home, family, real estate, later life, your parents could come up as a theme for this 4th house full moon. And then for Virgo rising, it's a 3rd house full moon. So that's transportation, it's writing, it's communication, but things that happen near to you. Local travel or short distance travel is a 3rd house matter. Also siblings, neighbors, your extended family like cousins, aunts, and uncles, and your immediate environment. So your neighborhood and your community may be areas of concern with this full moon. And then for Libra rising, this is a 2nd house full moon. That's wealth and possessions. It's money that you earn from the work that you do, right? The daily work that you do is your earned income, but it can also be expenses. And then personal values and self-worth are also themes of 2nd house, if you'd like to work with those themes this evening. And then for Scorpio, of course, it's a 1st house full moon. So this is about self-expression. It's about your personality, the way that you come across to people, the role that you play in your world, but also the way that you look. Your physical appearance is governed by the 1st house, and the way that you interact with the world around you. For Sagittarius, this is a 12th house full moon. So this is privacy and seclusion, right? This is spirituality. It's the unconscious mind, things that happen kind of just outside your awareness. Highly personal or private projects or solo projects, things that you are working on by yourself or that you're working on kind of behind closed doors that other people really aren't privy to. Those are 12th house matters as well. And then things like spiritual practices, any kind of work that you might do with institutions of seclusion would fall under the 12th house. For Capricorn, this will be an 11th house full moon. So that's friends, organizations, your social life. It's also your hopes and dreams. And so if you did take steps, like we talked about 6 months ago at the new moon in Capricorn, to step more fully on the path towards a long-held hope or dream of yours, this might be an opportunity to kind of be wrapping up that and bringing it into the world, giving birth to it. A long-held hope or dream if you have Capricorn rising. For Aquarius rising, this is a 10th house full moon. So that's career, awards, recognition, it's achievement and status, it's your reputation. Those are all 10th house matters. And then finally for Pisces, this is a 9th house full moon. So higher education, long distance travel, long distance communication, things like publishing and broadcasting. Also religion, philosophy, law. So for the third part of our broadcast, what we'll do now is we'll move into Scorpio archetypes and Scorpio themes. So stick around for that. we're going to get kind of a little bit deeper exploration into how we can use this full moon to let go of things that aren't serving us any longer.